Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 and to our 30,000 subscribers special. So a big thank you for your support as always. Now for our 10k special, I did actually do a Luxembourg world conquest and it ended up being my most successful video. And well, because
I like money,
I thought I would try and repeat the feat, seeing as we have had quite a few updates since then. Now, I'm going to do a different route of doing this world conquest this time, because since the last time we did it, where it was all around defeating the Allies very quickly and the United Kingdom, that's now really impossible because they just guard it. So paratrooping there is basically off the cards, especially early game. So we're going to have to do something different. So this time, instead of the brown party, we're going to go the red party down here. It is nice because we get some lovely weekly manpower stats as well. So we're going to go for the communist path. So we'll start with political effort. Now, Luxembourg has been updated where we do get an outlaw monarchist activity decision because there is like an event where we get the monarchy in charge. We'll probably save that for maybe a navy video because we can get the Grand Duchess Charlotte in charge. But we will not be doing that today, obviously. Now, the other issue is we don't actually start with, now I think about it, transport planes. So we're going to need transport planes because the start is a little bit the same. And, you know, normally we start with these as Luxembourg. So we'll have to start researching them. And obviously we'll have to go and pick up paratroopers as well. Construction-wise, we are going to build infrastructure in our lovely new 2 provinces that Luxembourg starts with. That's the other new change they've got. So we're going to max out the infrastructure first, so we bypass a couple of the focuses, which is always good. But apart from that, we are basically ready to go, and this is our starting setup. Political effort is done. Now, annoyingly, we can't get the collectivized ethos because we are a democracy, which is rather annoying, so it takes longer to change. So we're going to go straight for a bit of industry, and we'll get up a few factories and a few mills and bits and pieces. We'll go and pick up the communist revolutionary first now, so we can get that ticking over, because we do want to switch as quickly as possible. Hopefully we get a few little events that will make that quicker. We'll go and get the army offensive chief of army. We do have a defense as well, but I think these 2 are new. I can't quite remember. It's been a little while since I played Luxembourg / watched my own video, but we'll get the army XP ticking up so we can actually design some units. What I forgot, we do actually have an achievement as well. So the true successor as Luxembourg with Charles Marx in charge. We've got to control both Brussels and Trier. So we will go and get that trophy in this event of the game. Transport planes done. So we can start producing these because we're going to need 50, which is the minimum requirement to actually do a paradrop. So we're going to get all our factories on there until we get 50. Let's go and get the air reformer because we can get some more XP, I think. And we can then start designing some paratrooper divisions. I'm going to go and open up political discourse, and then we can discredit government when we are close enough to switch if needed. Hopefully we won't need it, but it's there. Right, we are slowly getting our way there. We're 28-29%, so we've got a little bit further to go. We are going to pick up a few more mills as well to help along. We can go and do a bit of anti-monarchist raids just to help out, and we can ban fascism just to make us tick quicker along. Because we've built those infrastructures, we just skip past the infrastructure focuses, so that saves us 140 days, and then we'll just build a little air base because we've got no other room to build anything. And then after that, we will spam forts because we will be needing them. Right, so we're at minus 30% of productivity, so we're going to have to trade a little bit. We don't really need the factories. We need transport planes quicker, so we'll just trade our resources away just to speed that up on the production. We'll go and get the extra research slot, I think, because we have got a lot of things that we need because we start absolute pants. We got another factory as well, which we'll put on transport. Election, communist in government. Oh, so we get a nice 10% to communism. That is brilliant. We will absolutely take that. And now the election, so we can just go and pick up our new communist leader. So we've got a couple of decisions for democracy, dangerous times, and we can get the royals in charge, but we won't be doing that. Maybe a navy video of that later. But we'll just get the change in popular democracy minus 35%, which gives us massive amount of communism. And then we will just hold a referendum as soon as we have enough PP. And there we go. The communists demand our referendum. We are the independent Luxembourg commune, and we have Charles Marx in charge. Bit of political power and communism gain, which is quite a nice little bonus for him. We can now go pick up the ideological loyalty magic portrait, which prints us 500 weekly manpower. We can now go start down the political path as well. We will probably go and get the 2 civs after that, so we'll work our way down a little bit. Let's go and start justifying on the Netherlands, because this is all pretty much the same plan at the moment. We are going after the Netherlands first, but after that we will not be fighting the Allies just yet. We'll start making some guns as soon as we have 50 planes. We'll also get some support equipment and some artillery as well, because we need quite a good unit to defeat the Netherlands. Let's go and elevate the paratroopers, because we get a bit of contribution cap, but more importantly, we can go and get combat insurgent, which makes the enemy units we jump on top of basically deplete their supply and org, which is lovely. 49 and 50 transport planes, so immediately stop making them. We don't want a single one more than 50. We don't need them. We'll go and stop trading away our industry, and we are now making guns, artillery, and support equipment. Now, the reason we only want 50 is, A, we need that, and B, they cost 4,000 service manpower, so we don't have a lot of manpower, so we don't want to waste any in planes that we do not need. Let's go and design our paratroopers. So what I want is artillery, engineering company, and then we want little 10 withers, because they are going to have to do a bit of fighting. The way the Netherlands is now set up, it makes it a lot harder to actually cap them with our very cheap paratroopers. Let's go and jump up a conscription law to limited conscription. We can get extensive eventually, but we just need a little bit more PP. We'll go and get the industrial steel mills, because we get 10 steel, which is nice. Bit of industrial research and some resource gain, which is better than just the industrial research. Now, we can also get indoctrination, which means we get another 400 weekly manpower. So we are just going to be printing 900 men a week, which is absolutely brilliant, which is probably why the red path is easier than the brown. We do need a lot more manpower still for our paratroopers. So we have our paratroopers ready. We've got 6 units. They're not fully equipped and we don't have enough manpower, but I don't really have a choice because we are running out of our war goal. So we're going to immediately declare on the Netherlands. We're then going to set up our paradrops one at a time. So we need The Hague, Amsterdam and Rotterdam. Now the problem is in Rotterdam, they always have a division you've got to defeat. So we need to jump all around it basically and jump on top of it so we ruin its org. And we should have enough to surround it and eventually just push them out if we are lucky enough. Amsterdam and The Hague are absolutely fine to land in though. Set off our paratroopers. We can go and get the offensive doctrine as well just to help out on our attack. And fingers crossed they all go off nicely. One landing, no. Amsterdam is fine, which is nice. We'll quickly push into the Rotterdam. We are surrounding them because no one else is there. They will try and push us, but we will last stand and force attack. We've just got to force our way into Rotterdam. Not sure if we're going to break through. They are really not really losing any org. We have got the Dutch East Indies in now, which is perfect because that's obviously what we want to take in the peace deal if we can get there. Oh, and I think we just capped them without taking it, or we must have forced them out quickly. But there we go. We have won this somehow. I mean, we're on Iron Man, so you can tell I haven't cheated there. We'll just go and puppet the Netherlands. And we will also puppet the Dutch East Indie. So the Dutch East Indie is going to be our manpower. The Netherlands is going to be our industry. And we will just pick up all these extra demands. And there we have 2 nice new puppets which are going to fuel our ongoing war. What we're going to do now is we're going to build a fort line just around Rotterdam, Amsterdam and up into the port as well. Because we are going to try and hold on to this part of the Netherlands so they don't cap. And this has got most of the factories and stuff in it, so that's good. We will then also be upping our Luxembourg with forts as well when we can. Focus wise, we are going to get the suppress subjects next just to get the autonomy up, because we want to get these as integrated puppets, so they have to give us more manpower and more factories and resources. What I could have done is gotten the infantry expert. That would have made the paradrop much easier. And just thinking about it, I could have also, instead of having the portrait, we could have had tip of the spear to help our paratroopers as well. So if you want to make it a little bit easier, do both those things that I totally forgot. But we will just go and get theatre and static warfare. I'm going to need to go and get the more basic fortifications so we can get higher level forts, because 4 level forts is not enough. I have tried to get stronghold network before, but basically you don't have enough time, so that is off the cards. We're going to go and do a bit of diplomatic pressure on Germany just to try and make them hold out from attacking us as long as possible. Right, we'll up the infrastructure here as well just to make it easier to build things, and also it will help towards the autonomy. We will be building maximum forts still though. Our first lot of units are out as well, which is very nice, so we will give them the new generals. We can go and up these to level 5s. Annoyingly, it doesn't up how many you can put in your puppets, which is bizarre. So we'll just have to build a few mills and stuff here, and we'll just have to have more divisions in the Netherlands. What I want to do is get our usual divisions of 21 width. So that is 9 infantry and 1 artillery for a good bit of punch. We want engineer, we want artillery, and we want anti-air when we can finally make some, and also have the XP to put it in the divisions. But that is what we are going for. We do have the equipment for it. Right, we'll get another one on diplomatic pressure. We just don't want Germany to attack us, so we're going to improve our relations. The longer we hold off them, the better equipped we're going to be. We'll go and get the last level of forts research as well to help out. Right, there is the Netherlands down, which means we should get more factories from them. What I've just realised is, make sure you join the Comintern. Don't forget that either, because that puts off the Germans attacking you. So we are now with Papa Stalin, who's going to help us out when it kicks off. We have got some more mills from the Netherlands now, so we can start getting some more artillery and equipment. And we can start buying stuff off the Soviets. So we're going to start buying guns and artillery off of them. Germany is kicking off with Poland, so we are underway. We will go and request all of the Netherlands forces because they are sat in a really stupid place, and we obviously want them on our fallback line with our forts. Hopefully we can last a year or so before Germany attacks, but we will not hold our breath on that. We can almost, once we get a couple more, there we go, integrate the Dutch East Indies or Luxembourg East Indies. We can stop building that and we can finish off these extra forts in Luxembourg, and we'll go and do a bit of anti-air as well, which we need. Let's go and buy guns off Estonia. Anyone who sells us guns we need, because we have got a bit of a small army really, and we need to improve. Right, here's some more divisions. We'll switch them over to our East India army divisions now. We are basically deploying Netherlands ones so we can deploy them here, and then we're just going to switch them over to Dutch East Indies ones. We do need to promote a new leader because annoyingly as Luxembourg we only have a couple, so we have to spend all of our CP getting more. Belgium has capitulated. Good. Sometimes, because we're not at war, they find it really hard to get through that gap and destroy the Allies. And obviously, we don't want Germany to be halted by the Allies. We want them to crack France in two. Right, we're going to switch down to 7 2s because we have the resource. We don't really have the manpower. So we're going to get two artillery and lose a couple of men. Right, the Germany has called on us. We've got to December 40, which is very good. We are lacking a lot of guns, but that's fine. We should be able to hold, and mainly because the Allies will basically gift us guns. So that's why I'm not too bothered about the infantry equipment. We should be able to get some from France as well before they cap, hopefully. So load coming from the Allies. Right, Luxembourg is fine. They are falling back here, which gives them more supply getting through into France, which is good. We should be able to hold, and we'll just basically sit here while we get our guns in check. And I think we should be absolutely fine just sitting here. Right, so we've got 22 days we need France to hold out just so we can get the guns off them. And then they can just capitulate all they like. Right, these are at 400. So I want to integrate the Luxembourg East Indies so I can get all of their manpower, because I don't really want to fight with puppeted units, because it just increases the autonomy far more than I can possibly reduce it with building. Right, so we're just lacking a few guns. We've got the delivery in, so we are literally just 500 guns. France is about to fall as well, which is absolutely perfect timing. They're then going to ramp on up on Luxembourg, but we should be okay holding out just with a bit of micro. There goes France, which means we are about to have an absolute pummeling. Should have got is ideological fanaticism, where we get defense and attack on core territory, because that will help hold the Luxembourg area. We look like we're going to get pushed back, so I'm going to have to do a little last stand, and then I'll probably, yeah, we're going to have to call in the Soviets just to distract them. I think we are not going to hold otherwise, so the Soviets are going to get pummeled, but you know, it at least keeps us in the game, as they are now just flooding troops away to the Eastern Front, which is absolutely fine. They're only sporadically attacking now, which is good, which gives us time to get our autonomy up for the Dutch East Indies. Soviets aren't actually getting pushed back too much, which is good. We're currently at 16% war score, which is nice. Right, let's go and get 1 unit divisions for the East Indies, and we're going to spam out as many of these divisions as we possibly can. Japan and United States has joined in because of Japan. We are fine holding here. The Allies are going to start upping their game a bit now. I'm going to see if I can push out one extra tile because I do want Germany to attack me and A, waste their troops and manpower and equipment, and B, just give us more war score for the peace deal because we want to be able to take as much as possible. So we can slightly push out. Germany's declared on Sweden. That's something that never normally happens and is really bizarre. No idea why that's happened, but fine. Makes no difference to us. We are lacking a little bit of guns and equipment at the moment, though. Right, we are slowly getting the East Indies down. It is slowly getting away. We are just massively building there. Right, I think that's further enough where they're going to attack, but we're just going to be absolutely fine. We're going to deploy the East India Division. So we've got 130 of these divisions at the moment. We are still a little bit away, so we'll keep waiting. We're currently at 500,000 manpower, but we are going to increase that massively. Right, we're at 16% war score at the moment, which is okay. I do want a bit more, so we're going to have to make sure we are the ones who kind of cap Germany. We are just waiting on the East Indies for the manpower before we can actually start pushing out. What we're going to do is we're going to expand these units to as many divisions as possible for the manpower goal. We're at 1.4 now because they basically flood in the manpower, even though we haven't got the equipment. You know, we're 100,000 guns short, but that doesn't matter. It's all about the manpower. What have they got? They've still got 1 million as well, 1.6 million. So we can keep going on that and deploy a few more units ready. Right, we're going to up the cavalry as much as possible, the last couple, so we're up to a bigger width and it will make more manpower field into these divisions. Let's go and annex the Dutch East Indies, which means we now get all of these divisions with their lovely manpower. And what we'll do is everything we don't need, we will just add those into a different division actually, because we need some guards now. But we'll just delete these 100-odd divisions and we'll just, 2 million manpower. 2 million manpower straight into our basket. We will go and put a cavalry division here because we will now have to garrison them. Right, we just need some equipment now. We have got unlimited manpower. We have got guns and bits and pieces, so we are looking a lot better. We will need some steel, but I can't actually trade for it. But we are in a good position. I'm going to switch back to these divisions, which are 21 width, because we don't have the artillery for that many divisions now. But we are at 21 width, 1 artillery, 9 infantry, and these should be good. We're just going to force out a few more in Luxembourg because I can't really push out here. I want to merge my two front lines to get a bit of supply and also trading. We should be able to push out even across this river because they've only got 1 division there. I mean, we are struggling. Right, that's push. Okay, we are slowly joining up. I don't know where the Germans are, but they are basically not on our borders at the moment. 1 more tile and we have joined our front lines. We've got these other divisions on the go to fill out, but we are looking pretty strong. Oh, I missed it. There we go. We have joined our 2 armies up. So we'll go and delete these and get 1 nice front line. Should mean we can now start trading. They've got supplies and we have a good logistic wizard as well for supplies. And then we've got a good front line ready. So we can finally start trading some steel, which we need. Gonna go and switch all of these divisions now to our 21 width. So we are just lacking a bit of equipment, but obviously manpower is not a problem. We will try and get out some more divisions because our front line is going to get very stretched when we start invading into Germany. We'll let them just attack us for a little bit just to weaken themselves while we set up, and then we'll finally hit back. The Italians have turned up and are trying to ruin our fun here, so we are having to do a little bit of microing just to make sure they don't push us back. As long as we hold on to Luxembourg, because obviously we basically lose Luxembourg, we cap. The rest of the territory we have is completely irrelevant. Going to need some more equipment, so yes, the UK will give us guns at least, nothing else, but guns is fine. 13,000 rifles on their way from the UK, lovely jubbly. Right, construction 5 done. We are now making a bit of room. They have eased up a bit. I mean, on the German front line, it's very weak, so... Oh, Mussolini is gone. Oh, as soon as Italy doing Italy things, Britain has invaded the south. So once they flip the civil war, I think they'll be a lot weaker and we should be able to start pushing out. For some reason, I can't trade, and I don't really know why, because we have docks, we have an open land, we have supply to our capital. I have no idea why, if I shut that off, will it let me go the other way? Is it because Sweden can't get through? But that's why can we not trade with the UK? I don't get why we can't just go across the channel here like all these other supply routes. There goes Italy into their civil war, which is good, which will take a load of their divisions off. We will now go and annex the Netherlands in just a second. Right, annex Netherlands. Is that... Oh, it's given part to Belgium. That's so irritating. It's completely ruined my front line, so I'm going to have to ask for military access, which I don't really want to do, but I don't feel like I have a choice now. Obviously, we've got all of the Netherlands divisions as well, which we can link up into our new army and front line. Right, let's get military access from... Oh, and it gives all that other land back to Belgium. Oh, that's so annoying, but I don't really have a choice because of how it messes up my front line. And the only reason I annex them is because I thought it'd mean we can trade, but I still can't. Right, I think we can push out here because they are just really not very quick at reinforcing their front line. So Germany is clearly well overstretched on its knees here. That should be some lovely steel we've just captured here now. So hopefully we can get that. We are still lacking steel and we still can't trade it, which is unbelievably annoying. We'll go to limited exports just so we can hang on to a bit ourselves. We'll go and do special projects because we'll probably utilise them as well later. Right, we can start pushing out, I think. They've just literally got like single divisions and they just don't have enough on their front line. So we will take as much land as possible and just keep stretching them. Right, once that's taken, that is basically the Allies shoring up our western front here. And then we can divert all of our troops back to the east and we can be the ones who plough into Germany. Right, all to the eastern front and full steam ahead. Let's just battle plan the hell out of it. I know we're going to lose a load of men and equipment, but it does also increase our war score, so who cares? Right, I think we could just beeline our way to Berlin. Luxembourg will be the one who takes Berlin. They just don't have enough divisions by the looks of it now, so we will just walk straight into Berlin like so. And no event decision newspaper article about us doing it, which is absolutely just appalling behaviour. Right, we're still not getting invaded here by Japan, which is unbelievable. Normally they immediately declare on you, so it's fine. We'll just let Japan do their thing. We'll probably go after China next just for their manpower, because that was very helpful last time. And there goes Germany, and it wasn't really much of a struggle. We don't have a lot, so I just want to be able to connect our two territories, really. I mean, the French are going to fight us for every tooth and nail for this, aren't they? I can't even do it. I'm going to have to forfeit it. I've literally taken one bit of land, and now it goes to a puppet as well. We'll take the Navy. So we get the Bismarck, actually, which is pretty nice. So we're going to nick some Navy off of Germany. That was appalling. All of that, and I got one province. I don't know why the Allies, they only had like double the amount of war score I did, but they took so much more than I was allowed to take. It's ridiculous. We've got this lovely navy in the Netherlands, though, so it's all old stuff. We do have the Bismarck, which is very nice. So, I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's not horrendous. We'd make something better in a navy video, but it will do. We will go and make the Bismarck, actually, the pride of the fleet. So we can have the Bismarck as the pride of a Luxembourg navy. We'll go and help out fighting Japan, so we'll actually declare. We will do a bit of army battles, because we do want to get our war score up so we can at least take probably their navy, and then a bit of their land would be nice as well, just to launch other naval invasions in the Pacific. Obviously, Japan is really easy to take out in a naval invasion. I wonder if this is going to change like the UK in the new DLC. That will be a good thing to look out for, because Japan is just a piece of piss. Just waiting for naval supremacy, which is really odd. I thought I'd immediately have it with our nice new navy. Just need the US probably to help out a little bit on that front. Right, I'm going to get some collab governments going on, because I don't want to take all of China. Plus, I'd like the puppet and the extra bit from having collaboration governments in China. Yeah, there's no one in Japan. As usual, they've got like 4 divisions. So we've got 1% war score, which is nowhere near enough. And there goes Japan. We get 250. So I'm going to take Okinawa. And then probably a bit of their navy. Although Spain has joined. Why the hell is Spain in their faction? Okay, I'm going to take either side of the strait then, so we can control the entrance to the Med, which will be very handy, because it doesn't look like anyone actually wants this from Spain. Right, I'm actually more happy about this peace deal than I was the Germany one. So we've got either side of the strait. We just need to take Gibraltar off of Spain. Starting as a landlocked country, complete 2 naval special projects. Oh, look at us with a naval plan trophy piece of junk thing that no one cares about. Soviet Union declared on France. Brilliant. Because the Comintern is now at war with the Allies, which was always coming, and we didn't have to force them into that. So they can already fight each other and distract each other. We're going to go after China, which should mean, well, they're already in a faction, so they can't join the Allies just yet. We're not going to get involved in this. We'll let the Allies and the Comintern fight out. We will join later on, but we'll let them waste each other's equipment and manpower down. Let's go and declare on China. Immediately set off our naval invasions. China's probably going to be a bit of a slog at this stage in the game because we are in 46. I mean, immediately it looks like they've got a lot of port guards. We're going to have to force our way in, I think, but we should have enough with these troops to get in. Right, we have got a front line. They are trying to push us back, but we're going to get all our troops in here. I'll just let them sit and attack us, waste their equipment, and then we'll be able to push out. You know what China's like. They just love a good forced man attack. We will get some more armies over, and we're going to open up a few more front lines. What are we looking like? 300 divisions? Okay. Damn, this is going to be a lot harder than I think. They're not pushing us back, though. They are just wasting themselves, so this is fine. We'll sit here. We are getting the other divisions in as we speak. Right, we have got some cash. So let's get some cash over. Mutinies in the army, exactly what I want at this point. But cash should just help out. Hopefully it will ruin their supply chains as well, so they won't be able to attack as much. Right, there's another front line that they are not even on. So we'll quickly push out because I don't want to be pinned right back on the ports. We want a little bit of territory to hold on to, so we've got a few towers that we can fall back to. Communist China has declared on the state of Japan. Okay, that's interesting. I think the Allies are going to join in and help, which is very handy. Right, another collaboration government on the go. That is the last one as well. Then we've got 100%. So it should mean we only need to take like a quarter of China, if that, and they'll cap. It is only China that we need to take as well at the moment, which is a very good news. Full scale attack. More divisions in. Let's get going. Let's start pushing in. All our army is in there. The Chinese are very weak, and we should just need a few victory points and we'll be fine. I don't think we'll have to go too deep. There's the last collab government as well, which means... Oh, they're not even in the faction. Why are they not in the faction anymore? Please say they don't join the Allies. That would absolutely shaft me. I think if I just take the capital, that should be it. Yeah, pretty much, I think. And there's no one to stop us at the moment because we have basically surrounded their entire army on the way here. We will just mop up all of these little spots. There goes. And 100%. Perfect. And peace deal. Lovely. Load of guns as well, which is handy because we did lose quite a few in that invasion. We've also got like Vietnam in places, which is bizarre. Really annoyingly, I didn't have enough war score to take it all, which is just absolutely mental. So we're going to have to fight China again. We have just claimed it all for Luxembourg and will then release it as a puppet if and when. We are just going to finish off the rest of the Chinese. So it is basically the communists, which is okay because it means they can't join Stalin at the moment because we are still a puppet or friends. Sorry, not puppet. We are friends of Stalin. So we will just finish off China first. This is actually more of a slog taking out the rest of China than it was mainland China because I'm having to basically take all of China by the looks of it because of the communists having cores on everything. I mean, nothing's really happening. I mean, the Allies are pushing into the Soviets, but it's not really scaling up as much as I thought it would, this other world war that's going on that we're just completely oblivious to in China at the moment. Right, that is China pretty much conquered. What we're going to do now is we're going to go and do the decision to release China as a collab government, which is the best form of puppet. Means we also don't have to defend them anymore. Let's just go and give them the rest of this territory. I don't know why it didn't do it all at once, but there we go. All Luxembourg, China is with them except, yeah, Tibet there, but who cares? And we have not a lot of manpower, which is really surprising. I thought they'd give us millions. Go ahead and release the Dutch East Indies again as a puppet because I don't want to have to garrison them when we finally fight the Allies in a second. Right, let's line up on the Belgian border. They haven't really got a lot covering me, seeing as I can just immediately join this conflict. So hopefully we can knock France out pretty quickly. We will stop trading because we've got many, many resources now from our puppets. We will go and get aluminium and steel from China though as well. We've got so many factories, so much equipment. That is not a problem. Manpower, again, will be a problem, which is rather irritating. Right, we will join the Allies. Well, join the Soviets in attacking the Allies. Hopefully we don't lose Luxembourg, but we should be able to push out enough. They haven't really got many divisions here because they're obviously elsewhere fighting. Do they have... Oh, Charles de Gaulle is in charge. They don't have the crappy one where they just capitulate annoyingly. They are starting to reinforce, but I think because they're not entrenching and getting org, we are just memeing them back out because we have an absolute mountain of troops. So I'm just letting them force attack. Oh, we really shouldn't be winning this, but we basically lose the battle, but because they can't reinforce, we're memeing them out, which is just the first time this has ever happened not to me. Oh, and the true successor achievement. I totally forgot I could even get that. I should have got it ages ago by the looks of it, but there we go. We have the true successor. Right, finish off these last little pockets of France, and luckily all France is falling to us, which is nice. We have got to take the south still, which is incredible how long France is holding on here. Oh, there we go. I was about to look. And a little bit of guns, which is nice. But there goes France. They have then entombed the rest of the Allied forces here. So we'll quickly mop up these pockets to finish off. USA. We want a collab government because I can't be asked to take all of you out. So we'll get a load of spies in at the moment. I'm going to have to get some Chinese divisions because we just don't have any manpower. So... our usual 21 width. We'll add rangers as well for some mountain and some rocket artillery to help out. We're going to have to just spam building in China to keep their autonomy down because we're going to have to use their manpower this way to fight. Right, Italy is almost ours as well, so we'll keep on pushing, just expand that. There's some allies in there that are just getting forced out. That's not a problem. So we now hold a couple more major countries. We are mopping up the rest of the allies in this Austria pocket with the Soviets. So in a minute, all of mainland Europe will be in our control. As always, the allies are just naval invading huge amounts and then they're just getting crushed in a pocket. What are they at? 22 million they're at. Soviets lost 13. We're at 18. So this is quite a deadly war. We've got a few little allies we are just mopping up in here in the Alps. And then it's basically just port guarding for us. Right, we've got all of our Air Force over the channel because we're going to have to sink a lot of their Navy using the Air Force. We have basically won the air war. We've got loads of fighters on the go. Obviously, we've got all of the resources from the Pacific to help us make an Air Force. Right, as soon as this naval is ready to go, we'll invade. Either this is going to be really difficult or really easy. Absolutely no in between whatsoever. No one's here, are they? Why is it so hard to invade Britain early game and then late game they're just like, pfft, yeah, do whatever you want. Oh, have we got to take out? Is it just... I mean, there's a collab on Norway that I haven't done, so... I don't know who's doing... I never knew the AI did collab governments. I never knew that. Obviously they do. Now a Germany civil war has just kicked. The German Reich have joined the Allies. Who's in charge of this allied German Reich, I wonder? How is he still here? How is he still here? Just randomly pops up in 48 and goes, yeah, the German Reich is now part of the Allies. We don't like the Soviets either. Let's quickly get some troops on that border then. There goes the UK with a load of resource we definitely needed. So that is another one of the Allies knocked out. We've got a shed ton of equipment now, so that is definitely not a problem. We do need some more divisions though, so we'll start getting some more port guards out. Weirdly, I have Greenland, which I don't know why. So we're going to get our divisions there, which is a lovely place to invade the US. Is there going to be anyone in the US? Is the US the only thing I've got to invade is the thing? Yes, okay. We need to take the US out before we have to do like Brazil or something stupid. I mean, the US is naval invading us. They're also invading us down here as well. Luckily, we've got a few armies loitering about which can mop up these naval invasions. The US, I think, has got a bigger problem than naval invading Belgium at the moment. Because we're basically crushing it. I don't think we should have to take too much. Once we take the south here, I don't think we need to go anywhere near the west because we've got collab governments on the go. Yeah, it's almost done. They're already at 89% and we've taken like a quarter of it. And there goes the Allies and the US and everyone else. So, annoyingly, we do not have the majority of the war score, but we will try and take all that we can. It's going to be a messy border ready to then finally fight the Soviets. The game thinks I'm done. The game has basically gone, there's no one left to fight. Who else are you going to fight? Obviously, we're going to continue and we're going to fight all of our allies. We basically have gained loads of research things from the allies as well, but we have all of America and quite a bit of mainland Europe, which is very nice. So the Comintern is looking at, I mean, What on earth is that? Brazil is still got a faction, which is very good. Annoyingly, I'm going to have to declare on the Soviets. I'd hope they'd fight me and I'd get the defensive buffs, but we're not. We're going to have to attack them. Let's get all these front lines set up because I'm hoping to push their European allies out of the way as soon as possible and get into the Soviet Union. Oh, Germany's not even in the faction, are they? Oh, that was half the plan, was I was just going to plough through this Germany, but now we've got a German buffer, which is rather annoying, so we're going to have to justify on them for 130 days. Okay, we're actually getting pushed back by the Soviets here. This is dreadful. And we need to get these random green units we've got in. I look like I'm about to have a load of my divisions encircled if these don't quickly reinforce. Right, we have got unlimited air above. So, I mean, they've got 9,000 fighters. This is going to be one hell of a slog. We've stopped them rotting back in the northern Italy, but they are just wasting their equipment. So, I think we can hold for a little bit. It all relies on this air war. I mean, we're exchanging okay. They are losing a lot. Who have we got to destroy, in fairness? Just the Soviet Union, Bulgaria. Okay, at least that's okay. I think we should be... Yeah, advantage. Let's push back them because they have got no org and no equipment by the looks of it. We're also casting them into oblivion now, which is good. So at least if we can just shorten this front line to the mountains, I feel a little bit more comfortable. Actually, we've just done a pocket even just by, you know, force attacking. Right, that is Germany involved. So hopefully this is going to be a quick surprise attack. Get these all on. They obviously joined the Comintern. Hopefully we can get them knocked out before the Soviets can reinforce them. Oh, Christ, I haven't been paying attention down here. This is going disastrously, isn't it? I need to win the air war, and then we need to push them back. Somehow they've, like, snaked me around. Luckily, I've got a load of divisions that we keep spawning, which should be able to help out. So I'm going to fall back and just give up Italy, I think. Right, we have got the majority out. There's like 50 divisions here. They could have done one hell of an encirclement here, and I would probably just delete this and just completely retire from playing YouTube and playing Hoi 4. I love these tiny countries with like 100,000 equipment like Cuba because they've just been spent 15 years making it. We basically needed the chromium because we need them for our jets because we want to win the air war, cast them to oblivion, and then we'll be fine. So we had to get that from Cuba. Supersonic jet. Right, this is where we turn the tide because we're going to make supersonic jets. We're going to defeat the Soviet air. We're going to cast them to oblivion, and then we're just going to steamroll them through back into the Soviets. Right, I need to take the other side here because we want to get into the Med and do a few naval invasions / destroy their navy so we don't get naval invaded because it's rather irritating at the moment. Right, a couple of divisions there. The Soviets are just like, who naval invades with a paratrooper? Who does that? Who actually does that? It's just batshit crazy. We are finally attacking the Soviets' navies as well, so once they're gone. Another little naval invasion there. I mean, the naval invasions, at least, we're just wiping these troops out, but they're just so irritating. It's unbelievable. Get the divisions here to push them out. Once these are all dealt with, I think we're in a position we can finally consolidate our troops and push back. Okay. I didn't pay attention up here, did I? Right. Once we've dealt with the south, we need to quickly beeline our way to France because they've managed to naval invade there. I'm just spinning plates of fire. Okay, we're pushing back here. Our air's fine. We are just wiping them out. As soon as we've defeated these, we are then in a much, much better position, and I feel like it will then be ours. The air's ours. We're just smashing through anything they're putting up. They've got like biplanes against supersonic jets. What are they expecting? Look at those exchanges. We'll cast them to oblivion. These naval invasions are just getting pummeled into the ground. Right, that is that pretty much mopped up. They're about to walk into Luxembourg. Does that mean I'm capped? I don't think it does. But we do need to get there as soon as possible just to make sure.